Guys, guess what, guys? It's raining. Oh my gosh, I just had to go outside and just like stand in it and walk in it. It is pouring, and we are so blessed. We needed this rain so much. This morning, actually, we were socked in with smoke. Like you couldn't even see across the road. And so this is just a blessing. And hopefully this helps out with the firefighting and all that stuff. But yesterday I drove home from Portland and it was 97 degrees. It got 97 or 98 with 9% humidity here. And I had actually bought more produce that would fit in my cooler I took because I had brought back some meat from Portland. And so I ended up with this huge box of green beans, and I'm like, I didn't want it to go bad or wilt or whatnot. So I ran to the store, got a bag of ice and threw ice on it. And I was like, I'm in an air conditioning car, but I just would rather be safe than sorry. By the time I got home, which it was 2 hours from when I bought the beans, and I pulled in the driveway and my husband comes out to help me unload, and he's like, what is dripping out of the back of your car? And I'm like, oh, it has to be water. And so yeah, that whole bag of ice had almost completely melted, but you know what, it kept my beans crisp and nice. And then we ended up moving them into coolers because it was just like they would have wilted like so quickly. So I need to get these processed sooner than I was wanting to have today off to I'm doing laundry, just kind of recuperate from being on a 24-hour run and back. But I need to get these taken care of. And I think it's gonna be a 2-day ordeal because my canner is buried in storage, like I've said that before. But I need my husband's help like getting it out because he has some big pieces of equipment that's blocking it. And I have so many green beans. I really feel like I need like my big pressure canner. But I think as for today, I am just gonna go ahead and clean them all and chop them all. And then I think that I'm going to like part blanch them and then just suction them and throw them in the freezer, like some of them. That way I'm not storing 20 pints of green beans on my shelf. So that's what my plan is today. It's raining, so I think that I'm just gonna get started on cleaning those, and we'll get rolling on them. And we'll see how many jars. I mean, because realistically I could run my pressure canner twice because it does 5 pints, my electric one, especially if I carry it over until tomorrow. And then this weekend, like I've got to get that pressure canner out. So it's in my storage here and I'm not dealing with this next time. And then I also bought 20 pounds of pickling cucumbers. So that I need to get those processed too. But anyway, so that's what's on the docket today is green beans. And then I'll probably carry into tomorrow. So anyway, I hope you join me and let's get started. Okay, so this is the current situation. So this garbage bag is clear full of green beans. It's an unscented bag, don't worry. But I have that full. And this is a big cooler. And then this little cooler is stuffed full too. So yeah. So I guess we better not put it off any longer and get it done. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna get out a bunch of bowls and some towels, soak them in water, rinse them in the colander, and then put them on towels to kind of dry. And then I'll start chopping them and put them in another bowl. I think I'm just gonna get some sort of little like system going here. I still don't have my new sink, unfortunately. The filter system that we bought isn't gonna work. And the sediment is so bad in our system that my husband doesn't want to ruin the new sink. So that's on hold. Unfortunately, I was really hoping I had this giant new sink for these projects, but that's not going to happen. So we will just make do. My mom got me one of those gigantic bowls like this. This would be a good job for that. I don't have any place to store it in. Well, I guess I could put it in storage, but I'll get it from her next time I see her. Okay, so I think I'll just start with the big bowl. Oh, sorry, one on the floor. They actually are really good looking beans. Better than the ones I bought over here at our farmer's market. Of course, I don't know how long those were picked. These were just picked yesterday morning. But, I mean, these are beautiful. All right, I'm gonna grab some towels. All right. There's just a lot of like the leaves that came with them. I mean, there's a whole vine. Light on. The lighting is terrible today, even worse than normal. I'm sorry. With the smoke and overcast from the rain. But I did order a light. It'll be here tomorrow. Man, my well water is still ice cold. Giving it a good shake. And we'll just repeat this. What I plan to do is just, I'm going to cold pack these, and what that means is just I'm cramming the raw green bean just in jars cold, and then I'll add a little salt and then pour boiling water over them, and then we'll just pressure can them. And then as far as blanching them, you just want to cut them, clean them, and then you just boil them in boiling water for 3 minutes, and then we'll let them dry, and then I'll vacuum pack them. So thankfully it's a pretty easy process because we're not adding ingredients and all that stuff, but it's just a little time consuming. All right, this water is disgusting, so I am glad that I went ahead and add a little vinegar, because I think vinegar always helps. I don't know. And then, I don't know if you can see that water, but pretty nasty. Actually, I think I probably should put that down so nothing clogs up my drain. All right, I'm gonna throw this away and start over. Look at the size of that thing. Oh my goodness. These are huge green beans. Okay, I had to run out and grab some canning jars. And I'm on my last cleanup of the small cooler. So I have this, this bowl, and then the little bit of left here that I have left here. I ran these through the dishwasher, so they're disinfected. I just need to rinse them out. Make sure any dust that occurred overnight. All right. So first things first is I learned this trick from Ruth Ann Zimmerman. She's a big homesteader YouTuber. She grew up Mennonite, and I think this is just like a Mennonite, I don't know, it doesn't necessarily have to be a Mennonite trick, but she just puts zinc in her jars and with her green beans. And what it does is it keeps the green beans color green. And I did this last year and it worked. So apparently I would have to double check. I'll probably double check when I talk about this, is that actual green beans on the shelf have zinc in them. So this is not something that is in a recipe or whatever. I just am following what she mentioned and recommended. So that's all I'm doing. I'm just doing that. And then salt. We want a ½ teaspoon of salt for a pint jar. ½ teaspoon of salt for a pint, 1 teaspoon for a quart. All right, and then let me grab a knife. My husband has fond memories of snapping peas with his grandma. He was telling me yesterday that he used to get paid with a Mountain Dew if he got all the helped with the snapping of peas. And he was born in 1977, so you know, us Gen Xers, maybe even millennials, remember that Mountain Dew was something special, or any kind of soda pop. You did not get soda unless it was a very special occasion. In my house, anyway. I rarely remember soda, very little as a child. When I got old enough that I got a job, I worked in a drive-in, and we got all the free soda we wanted on shift. So that's probably where I probably drank a lot of soda in high school, and then I kind of got away from it. Now I'll have one every couple days, just a can. Maybe. All right, one jar down. And when I fill it with water and debubble it, I might be able to shove a few more in there, but one down, I feel like 100 million to go. I just need to make room for that. So I got all 5 jars packed, and I just need to add some boiling water, but I'm gonna get my canner set up first, and then I can put the water I need in here, and all the moving elements. I'm gonna wear this 4-liter canner out, that's for sure. What I'd do for an island, that would be so nice. I'm just going to use my well water since I'm boiling it. Our well water has really good water. It was tested, but I just filter it anyway. All right, so we'll get that boiling, and then I'm going to get some hot water in here too. So we're looking for a 1-inch headspace. You definitely want to debubble these because there's a lot of spaces, empty spaces that you want to make sure you get filled up with. And I can see the bubbles still coming up there. Okay. And I just kind of push the beans down in there, and it doesn't look like I need to add any more to that. just gonna take a towel and make sure there's no debris on that rim. I'm not using vinegar because we're not dealing with anything sticky or fatty or oily. For pints, you want to process for 20 minutes. Half pints is 25. All right, guys. So my back is literally killing me. So I got all the green beans cut up. I'm on day 2. I started at 7 a.m. It's now 1 o'clock. But I got these all chopped. These are the ones I think I'm going to be freezing them all. We'll see. And then over here is the 10 I canned yesterday. And then this is the 10 jars I canned today. So I ended up with 20 jars of pints of green beans. And I need to write this down. I think the gal at the farmer's market, I'm like, because she's like, how many do you want? And I'm like, well, I thought it was like a pint or a pound a pint. She's like, yeah, it's actually a pound and a half a pint. And so I got 25 pounds of green beans, and there at the end I was getting pretty sloppy with my ends, but I ended up with 10 pints, no, I'm sorry, 20 pints, and then all of this. And I know that when you pre-cook your beans, I'm cold packing them, but when you pre-cook them, you can get more in a jar. So I'm wondering if that's what she was thinking when I asked her, but I'm definitely gonna write a note down so I remember next time, because woo, I am tired. So anyway, I think I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna get some water boiling, and then I need to get a bowl with ice water, because we're gonna boil them for 3 minutes, and then we're gonna dunk them in ice water, and then I'm gonna throw them on a towel and then vacuum seal them. So I am gonna go out and get my vacuum sealer, and hopefully we can knock these out and I can be done with this project today, because tomorrow I have 20 pounds. Let me show you. I have 20 pounds of pickling cucumbers, and they seem pretty firm still. I think they're okay. We'll see. But this is what I'm going to be working on tomorrow, is making relish and then refrigerator pickles. So, yeah. Oh, I went to the farmer's stand today to pick up some tomatoes and lettuce and stuff for dinners, and I told the gal, I'm like, why do I get myself into this? And she's like, because you enjoy it throughout the winter. And I'm like, you're right. I always forget how much work it is, especially by myself. So, all right. I went ahead and added some salt to my water I'm gonna boil in, just to kind of give the little extra flavoring, and then I can always add more salt when I make the beans. But I thought freezing them would be good too, because like I had mentioned that I'd want to make some beef stew. Actually, I have some elk steaks, so I was thinking I might make elk stew, but here nor there. Then I can just pull these from the freezer. They're not fully cooked, and I can put that in my canned stew too. So I don't know if you can see back here if this comes up on camera, but this is socked in with smoke. It's crazy. I think we're like at 200 air quality today, the 200s. I guess if I had to do this, I picked a good time. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and add this first one in carefully. Set timer for 3 minutes. All right, and then I'm gonna go ahead and add cold water. And then And I just grabbed a slotted spoon and then I'll just pop these in the bowl and then pop some more right in. I probably need to find room to set a towel out to dry them on too. I guess we can get that out of the way. All right, 3 minutes is up. I love how bright green they turn when you cook them. It's so pretty. So I'm just putting them in ice cold water is just going to stop that cooking process so they don't overcook. So I went ahead and worked on pre-labeling my beans or my bags. So I'm waiting on these ones. So I'm just gonna see what 2 cups looks like, and then I think I might go three cups of green beans. Yeah, I think I'll go 1 more. And then I'll just label 3 cups so I know if I need to pull it for a recipe or if I'm using it for a canning recipe. Alright, so yeah, 3 cups looks perfect. By the time you kind of press it down. My other beans are about ready to come out. And I'm not using ice water because the well water is super cold. right, friends, my food saver is getting overheated. So I'm gonna give it a break here, but so yeah, 25 pounds of green beans got me 40 cups of frozen green beans, and then I ended up with 20 pints of green beans, and we ate 3 cups probably last night for dinner, so 43 cups of green beans and 20 pints of green beans. So I am green beaned out. I text my mom and I said, I never want a can again. Although tomorrow I'm going to be doing cucumbers. So you'll see that next week. And you'll see if there's a video out if I survived the cucumbers too. So, all right, folks, have a blessed day. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next video. Bye.